Roberto Meza coming up soon, another fan favorite. Always brings a large crowd out with him, so I'm expecting to see, if he put in just as much training so he can please these guys.
As now making his way to the ring, his music playing. Cheers from the crowd. Roberto Meza, 8-1 from San Diego, California.
They call him the Ram.
It's a fan favorite. Got a lot of people in the house to see him here.
Javier Meraz, though, twice as many fights as Roberto, so it's going to be interesting to see if he brings any of that experience into the fight tonight.
Yeah, 17 total fights that Javier Meraz has over Roberto Meza. So, like you mentioned, 6 rounds. So it's a good amount of time to get some work in there. We'll see if that experience plays a factor. Let's go ahead and take it up to our ring announcer, Pablo Flores, to get this fight started.
Damas y caballeros, Boristeca Boxing Promotions y BIB, the best in boxing, presenta este cotejo pactado a 6 rounds en la división de peso Super Pluma. Let's get ready for 6 rounds of boxing in the Super Featherweight division. Your 3 judges scoring this bout in ringside, sus 3 jueces: Sergio Lechuga, Antonio Villegas y el internacional Alejandro Rochin. And when the bell rings, your 3rd man inside the ring, el tercero en la superficie, el profesor Fernando Rentería. Introducing the fighter standing in the blue corner, wearing black and gray. His official weight 130 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo negro con gris, con un peso de 130 libras. Cuenta con 17 combates profesionales. He stands with 17 professional bouts from Agua Prieta, Sonora. Javier Meraz. And his opponent across the ring is standing in the red corner, wearing white with red and black. His official weight 130 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo blanco con rojo y negro, con un peso idéntico de 130 libras. As a professional, he stands with a record of 8 wins against 1 loss, and 4 of those wins coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord casi perfecto de 8 victorias, 1 derrota y 4 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. De San Diego, California, USA, Roberto the Ram Meza. And here he is with the final instructions, con las indicaciones finales, Fernando Rentería.
Meza. Indicaciones. Cuidado con los cabezazos, no golpes en la nuca, no golpes en la espalda y bajo el cinturón. Se cuida en todo momento, hacen caso de mis indicaciones. Choquen los guantes, suerte, gane el mejor. Cuídense.
opportunity to just train at home a lot with his dad. They have a gym at home, and it took a lot of things back to the roots, you know, when he began. And he felt like this fight was going to be really good, and he felt a lot more comfortable in his style. So, you know, he's starting off like really good, very composed, you know, so it's already starting to seem that way.
Meraz, the southpaw, very orthodox fighter, landing punches there with Meza against the ropes. Lands 2 punches, lands 1 to the body.
And Meraz trying to keep him on the ropes.
Looks like Meraz is trying to push him out of the ring.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Can already tell Meraz is a very awkward guy. Not only is a southpaw, fighting a southpaw is already a weird thing, but it's extremely awkward. That's another layer to add to it.
Yeah. It'll be an interesting fight.
Meza, though, is the aggressor so far in this round.
Yeah, he's making it a street fight almost.
Meraz lands a punch there. Went a little bit behind the head. Roberto Meza, the Ram, coming forward now with his offense.
He
Landing
placed a
punches
really
to the
good
body.
punch on the ropes just now.
Meraz, though, not wanting to back down, immediately pushes Meza to the ropes. It's a good pace being set forth by Javier Meraz here. Not sure if Roberto Meza was expecting this type of pressure from this type of opponent, but certainly he is bringing it right now.
Yeah, Marcos, that's the thing early on in a fighter's career is you're often going to get guys like this thrown at you. You know what I mean? Like loopy punches, awkward style. And awkwardly enough, here in Tijuana, the crowd behind him, you know?
Yeah, Meraz doing some great work here on the inside. Roberto Meza countering to the body, but Meraz very busy in there. I think he got the better of that exchange. And honestly, overall, I think he won the round.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was ugly, you know, but he was definitely more active and I think a little bit more effective than Roberto was this round. So I would give the edge to Meraz as well.
Chris, looking at this fight as we take a look at a replay here and some of the action that happened in that first round, Meza, I gotta say, from the looks of things, needs to make an adjustment. Needs to make an adjustment because he cannot fight the way he's fighting right now because Meraz is gonna steal these rounds from him.
Well, Marcos, what Meraz just did, to me, that's nervous energy going into that first round. So class is gonna tell after the second and third round. And once that happens, Roberto Meza is gonna take over from the looks of his composure, the way he throws his shots, as opposed to Meraz, who throws those looping, quirky shots. You know, those aren't effective in a long-lasting fight.
Could be very true. This fight scheduled for 6 rounds. We are now in the second. Meraz continuing to push forward, making it a bit of a wrestling match, attempting to rough up Roberto Meza. That's a 2 break here. Meza now. And Meraz, look at him. He's coming here to fight. Anytime Roberto Meza attempts to do any sort of offense, Meraz just blitzes him, just goes right at him. Breaks his rhythm.
And here Meza, all he has to do is just keep his composure, keep throwing shots how he knows how, and that nervous energy from Meraz is gonna go away soon.
Meraz is like, I need this win. I want this win. I don't know if anybody's won from my corner today, so I'm gonna be the first.
Meza now having success backing over Meraz, but Meraz turning it around now, turning this into a street fight. Both fighters exchanging punches now. Meraz roughing up Meza. Roberto now coming forward. Three-punch combination, and down goes Meraz. Let's see if Roberto Meza closes the show here. Meraz smartly tying up, wanting to give himself a little bit more time. As both fighters doing work on the inside. Good uppercut there by Meza. Meraz responds with a punch of his own, but he dips his head in there every time Meza throws a punch at him. He needs to be careful getting caught with an uppercut.
Yeah, and Meraz is making it ugly, pretty much all he can do to Meza right now.
Good body shot by Meza.
Meraz now just throwing caution to the wind, swinging haymakers and just dipping in and clinching. Meza now, 1-2 there. Obliging Meraz. Meraz still swinging for the fences.
And that's what Meza doesn't want to do, is fall into the game of Meraz. That's what Meraz wants. He wants this brawl. But Meza needs to stay composed. Be the boxer in there. You're a professional boxer.
Good. As we come to the end of round number 2, the crowd here on their feet, acknowledging the action so far as we go to the replay here of the knockdown. It was set up by the strong punches of Roberto Meza. When you get hit that clean with that type of power, regardless of what kind of chin you got, the technique's there, you're gonna go down eventually.
Yeah, slipping it in while the other guy's punching, that makes it even worse because, you know, he's already exhausted energy. To get hit with a punch in the body while you're doing that, you're not gonna be able to take it.
It's been an entertaining affair so far over 2 rounds, with Javier Meraz bringing the fight, wanting to rough up Roberto Meza, turn it into a dogfight. Though with that knockdown, he is down in the fight. Meza scoring a 10-8 round in round number 2. So we get now round number 3. Let's see if Meraz is gonna have that same ferocity and energy that he had in the last 2 rounds.
Most likely not, Marcos. Like I said in the first round, that's a lot of nervous energy, and it dies down quick, you know. And Meza doing the right thing, just keeping his composure, stepping forward, using his jab, and throwing to the body. That's what he needs to keep doing in this fight.
Big hook there that lands for Roberto Meza. Backing up Meraz, and Meraz swinging. He's like a wild man in there, touching him up, hitting any place he can in there. He wants to make this fight ugly. Wild shots again to the body from Meraz. Not sure if Meza was expecting this type of fight. Though he's in a fight, that's for sure, as Meraz has turned it into a very aggressive fight between the two. Meza now, double uppercuts, hits the body, follows it up to the upper, and now down to the body again as Meraz holds on. Very strong punches from Roberto Meza.
And there goes that quirky style again of Meraz. It's getting to Meza, it's getting to him. It's frustrating when a fighter doesn't comport himself like a true professional boxer. It's awkward.
Now, there's nothing typical or orthodox about Meraz. Meraz is just in there, there's a fight, and he wants to know. He wants to let Meza know that he's in a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. He's like, I'm gonna give you all I got, dude.
That was a flying hook right there. He's got to be careful he doesn't hit the referee.
And there's a reason why Meraz is a crowd favorite, man. He comes in and he puts on a great show like this every single time.
But Meraz now finally showing signs of fatigue, breathing hard. Meza staying composed, picking his shots. Though whenever he does try to land any sort of combination, Meraz wisely is able to clinch and turn Meza and get him against the ropes. And down goes Meraz again via a body shot. Out goes the mouthpiece.
Meraz taking all the time he can get.
The crowd on their feet here. The end could be near for Javier Meraz. Let's see what kind of work Roberto Meza can't do as Meraz comes back now from the knockdown. Meza's doing a great job of slipping all those punches as we come to the end of round number 3. What a round! The fans here at the Salon Mezzanine on their feet. As we take a look at the second knockdown of the fight, another body shot. And like I mentioned, Meraz is breathing hard. That's a red flag for any fighter. Your opponent's breathing hard, target the body, they're gonna go down.
Yeah, absolutely. Meza doing the right thing, you know, placing this shot perfectly in the sternum of Meraz. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better shot landed to put your opponent down with a body shot.
Kevin, you're familiar with Roberto Meza. Is he fighting the way you typically see him fight? Or is the awkwardness of Meraz really having an effect on how he's fighting?
No, I would say this is definitely a typical Roberto Meza's fight. You know, he normally starts off a little slow, but I've seen him against awkward guys just like this guy tonight, you know, and he usually comes out just the way he's coming out now. The third, fourth round, he picks it up, and he usually gets a stoppage, so that's actually what I'm looking for tonight.
Meza up big on the judges' scorecards, scoring 2 knockdowns in round number 2 and round number 3, both being set up by body shots as he lands a lead straight right there. Meraz, though, you got to give it to him. Every time a punch lands on him, he turns it around and turns it ugly. Great work being done there by Meza. Uppercuts to the chin and body of Meraz.
Yeah,
Meza, though, needs to be careful. He needs to be careful, though, Chris.
Yes, absolutely. First, paramount, be careful. But to punch in between the shots like he just did right now, he has to punch in between those wild shots.
The crowd now chanting
Awful Robert
behind
right now.
Roberto Meza, the Ram. As he's been ramming shots to the body of Meraz all night long. Has Meraz against the ropes. Meraz, though, and he does this every time he gets a shot landed on him, pushes Meza back, lands a good 3-punch combination there. Working the body again, trying to rough up Meza.
Meraz is going, man. He's giving this crowd just as much excitement as Meza is, to be honest.
Meraz now backing down a little bit after those punches. Very awkward style from Meraz. And it's hard to keep a guy off of you that keeps coming. You throw your best punch and the dude keeps coming.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's also smothering his shots by the way he digs his head into his chest. Look at him.
Every time that Meza tries to get a rhythm, Meraz is wise to go and clinch or smother punches to take that rhythm away from him. Though Meza getting in a bit of rhythm against the ropes, landing punches to the body, double hooks there. Meraz landing double hooks of his own. Needs to be careful not to get caught with a counter from Meza as he's covering up wisely and picking off with counters the shots that Meraz is throwing at him. As the crowd now cheering in acknowledgement of Javier Meraz.
Yeah, Meraz is not just fighting against Meza, he's definitely fighting against this crowd tonight.
Great action here at the Salon Mezzanine in Tijuana, Mexico. Javier Meraz, do not be deceived by his record. He is giving Roberto Meza a fight, as both here are fighting in a food booth as we come to the end of round number 4.
And Marcos, I'd like to classify Javier Meraz as a fighter to watch. Definitely not the most talented, but you're going to get your money's worth, and he's definitely a fighter to watch.
No, don't be deceived by that 6-10-1 record that Javier Meraz has. He comes to bring it, and he's certainly giving Meza a lot of work in there. As we take a look now at this replay here. So far, though, it seems that Meza is handling the awkwardness of the fight well, but Meraz is slowing down. His punches are becoming extremely loopy. He needs to be careful at this point as we get into the final 2 rounds of this fight, not to get caught with anything big.
Yeah, I think Meza just needs to really just continue to counter, work on his countering more, and just make sure that he blocks anything that he tries to throw when he's in the middle.
Well, Marcos, you said that his Meraz shots are
right hand by
starting to
Meza.
get loopy.
Meraz looks
Hurt
hurt.
Meraz really bad. Hurt
Meza
Meraz
going
really
for the
bad.
kill now. Here comes Meraz right back.
That's what you think he's done
here. Best in boxing. Crowd on their feet. As Meraz slips and he comes forward now to Meza, bringing on the pressure.
This is a great back and forth fight, man. Awesome.
It's fight of the night so far here in Tijuana, Mexico. And down goes Meraz for the 3rd time in the fight. Is he gonna make it? Is he gonna get up? Meraz beats the count. The crowd is on their feet. Meza smiling in acknowledgement. The referee calling time, having to put the mouthpiece back in Javier Meraz's fight. The crowd now cheering. Let's see what he's made of. Let's see what happens here now.
And Meraz did it twice already without getting a warning from the ref. He spit out the mouthpiece when he got hit with the body shot. He's buying himself time.
He does not like those body shots. Those body shots have been the shots that have caused him to go down. But there's no quit in Meraz. As Meza now, this could be it. 4th knockdown of the fight. Mouthpiece out once again.
And once again, not even a warning from the ref.
Surprised that a point has not been taken away from him. Meraz now on the attack. Been knocked out 4 times, but there's no quit in him. Banging to the body of Roberto Meza. Both exchanging now. Fighting on the inside.
And Meza simply needs to just go back to the body. What's paying dividends in this fight are those body shots. Nothing is hurting him to the head. Meraz.
Here comes Meza. Loading up on his punches, digging to the body again. Meza now with all the confidence in the world, picking his shots, throwing lateral movements in there. But you look at the eyes of Meraz and there's no quit in there. He's not backing down whatsoever. You don't see a fighter that looks beat. There's still fire in there. Oh, and down goes Meraz again for the 5th time in the fight. And it's all over. It's all over. The fight is done. Roberto Meza knocking down Javier Meraz 5 times in the fight and finally gets the KO win. The crowd not too happy with it, but I was just about to say, getting knocked down even 3 times in the fight, 4 times in the fight, it's about time the corner would start thinking to throw the towel in the fight.
They have to think of the safety of their fighter.
So we take a look at the last knockdown of the fight. What hard on this kid, Javier Meraz? No quit in him.
No, Meraz, he showed this experience that I talked about earlier, and I think he showed it in his durability. He stayed in there. He said, look, man, I'm going to fight until I can't fight anymore, and that's exactly what he did tonight. It was an awesome show.
Man, that was the fight of the night. The crowd here in attendance certainly showing their appreciation for the type of fight that Javier Meraz showed here. And Chris, like you mentioned, very surprising that no points were taken away. Yeah, I understand he was knocked down. He's already down on points, but
not even a warning.
Not even a warning.
Not even a warning.
It happened 3 times. To that point, it should be a point deduction and maybe even a warning for a disqualification.
Yeah, absolutely, Marcos.
As we go ahead and take it now to our ring announcer, Pablo Flores, to make the fight official.
Damas y caballeros, tenemos el tiempo oficial de 2 minutos 44 segundos en el round número 5. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the official time of 2 minutes 44 seconds in round number 5. Declaring your winner by the way of technical knockout. Su ganador por la vía del knockout técnico. San Diego, California, USA. Roberto, the Ram Meza.
And a hell of a fight here at Tijuana, Mexico. Earning that paycheck here tonight.
Y también fuerte reconocimiento para su rival de Agua Prieta.
You got to give it up to Javier Meraz. The crowd showing him love. Both fighters put on a hell of a fight. What a warrior he is. He was outgunned technically by a far more superior athlete, and he gave him more than a handful in this fight.
Yeah, it was an awesome, once again, it's an awesome show. Roberto Meza, that's why he's a fan favorite, because he just fights like that every single fight, and just as much as his opponent gives, he's gonna give. So I'm actually excited, but the Meraz, man, he took me by surprise, bro. I don't think anybody expected that type of fight from him, so that was really a great outing for both of them.
And those of us, or those of you guys that are watching us right now on Fight Hub, in the comment section showing a lot of love to Javier Meraz. A lot of people commenting, he's not human! How is he getting up from those punches? Man, what a hell of a fight, my voice.
He did awesome.
Giving out just a little bit from me screaming in excitement from the action that we were seeing back and forth. As we now move on to the next fight of the night. Chris, I know you wanted to say something.
No, absolutely, Marcos. I was just simply agreeing with you. Javier Meraz deserves tons of props for the fight that he just put on. And once again, I put him under that category, fighters to watch, on my list.
You know what? He reminded me of a jacked up version of Jose Leal that we've seen here in Best in Boxing.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Much better.
Much stronger Jose Leal.
Yeah.
But Jose Leal is a funny dude and certainly a guy you'll want to watch. He's a crowd favorite over here in Tijuana, Mexico. Doesn't have the best record, but every time we see him on our bout sheets, we know it's going to be an entertaining fight.
Absolutely. You know you're in for a show. But now we have two, Jose Leal and Javier Meraz. Boom.